A sense of helplessness washed over him, merging with the deep, aching grief that had settled in his chest. Even if she did wake up, she wouldn't be the Alice he knew. The thought of her living in pain, of her beautiful life being trapped in a broken body, was almost too much to bear. He had always been the one in control, the one who made decisions and shaped the world around him. But now, in this sterile hospital room, he was powerless. He had no power or influence that could change the outcome. All he could do was sit by her side, hold her hand, and beg for a miracle that he knew would likely not come. He looked up at her face, searching for some sign, any sign, that she might come back to him. But her eyes remained closed, her expression peaceful yet distant, as if she were already somewhere far beyond his reach. Yet the machines continued their relentless beeping. As the hours passed, the reality of the situation began to sink in. He had to come to terms with what was happening. He had to accept that she was too badly hurt to survive. It was the hardest thing that he would have to do. Letting go of the hope that she would open her eyes, that she would smile at him and tell him everything would be okay. He pressed a gentle kiss to her forehead, his tears soaking into her hair. "I love you, Alice," he whispered. "Always." He knew he had to let her go. It was the last gift he could give her, the peace to slip away without pain, without fear. But even as he tried to be strong for her, his heart shattered with the realization that this was the end of their journey together, and he would have to find a way to move forward alone. A soft knock on the door broke through his thoughts, and he looked up to see the doctor standing in the doorway. She was back. Her face was solemn, her eyes filled with the kind of sympathy that only came from delivering this kind of news too many times. "Mr. Blackwood," she said gently, stepping into the room. "I'm so sorry, but there's nothing more we can do. Alice's injuries are too extensive. It's time to consider letting her go." The words hit him like a physical blow, knocking the breath from his lungs. He shook his head, refusing to accept what she was saying. "No, there has to be something. You're the best. There must be something you can do." The doctor shook her head, her expression filled with sorrow. "We've done everything we can. Sometimes it is kinder to let them go." Sebastian felt his knees buckle, and he collapsed into the chair beside the bed, his head in his hands. The weight of the decision pressed down on him, suffocating him with its enormity. How could he let her go? How could he be the one to make that choice, to end the life of the woman who had been his entire world? But as he looked at Alice, lying so still, so fragile, he knew that she had already slipped away. She was no longer in that broken body, no longer tied to this world by the machines that kept her breathing. And as much as it tore him apart, he knew that holding on was only prolonging what was already a painful reality. With trembling hands, he reached out and gently stroked her hair, his fingers brushing against her soft curls. "I love you, Alice," he whispered, his voice thick with grief. "I will love you forever. But if you need to go, if you're ready, it is okay. I will be okay. You don't have to stay in pain for me." He kissed her forehead, his tears falling onto her skin, mingling with the memories of all the times they had shared. Then the beeping from the machine stopped, leaving the room in a heavy, suffocating silence. The doctor quietly stepped forward, and with a nod from Sebastian, she began the process of disconnecting the machines. For a moment, everything seemed to stand still. And then, as Alice's chest fell for the last time, Sebastian felt a piece of his soul leave with her. The woman who had been his partner, his confidant, his everything was gone. He sat there for what felt like hours, holding her hand, his heart shattered into a million pieces. The world outside continued on, unaware of the fact that his life had just ended. The man who had once been able to command the attention of the most powerful people on earth was now nothing more than a grieving husband, alone in a cold hospital room, clutching the hand of the woman he would never dance with again. He could not believe what had happened. A car, speeding through a red light, had taken her away from him in an instant. The present she had been so excited to give him, a token of her love, was left in the wreckage.